I'm Angie Callahan. Welcome to School Talk Monthly. In this program, we'll go over the live shows coming your way in February. Have a conversation with Kelly.Jackson about WHRO's American Graduate Initiative, talk about the upcoming Virginian-Pilot Spelling Bee, and find out who our Schools of the Month are. First, though, let's take a look at the live field trip coming in February from Colonial Williamsburg.
Take notice. A proclamation.
Them Yankees, they don't understand us, Rose.
As of the first day of January.
I ain't no rebel, and I ain't swearing no oath.
In the year of our Lord, 1863.
A real war has finally come!
All persons held as slaves within any state or part of a state,
Jim, it ain't like they said.
where the people shall be in rebellion against the United States,
For them Yankees, they's got horns like a devil.
shall be considered then and forever.
What's to become of us, Rose?
You've been freed by the emancipation.
I knows all about the emancipation.
Free.
We free!
We free.
When Freedom Came airs live Thursday, February 16th at 10 a.m. and again at 1 p.m. For more information on this live electronic field trip, go to history.org/trips. Two live shows are coming in February from the Fairfax Network. On Wednesday, February 22nd at 1 p.m., Fractured Union revisits the challenges of nation building as seen through the eyes of the enslaved community. The following Wednesday, February 29th, meet the author of The Beyonders and best-selling Fablehaven series, Brandon Mull. To register for either of these two programs, go to fcps.edu/fairfaxnetwork/index.html. With me in the studio is Kelly.Jackson. Kelly is director of the Center for Regional Citizenship here at WHRO. However, she has a big project on her plate this year and into the next year, and that is American Graduate, Let's Make It Happen. So welcome to School Talk, and I'm excited to talk a little bit about the initiative, what's going on nationally, what's going on locally, and what it's going to mean for our community.
Great. Thank you, Angie. It's super to be here.
Well, great. Well, let's talk about the national project.
Yes.
How did WHRO get involved with this?
Well, last spring we learned that the Corporation for Public Broadcasting was launching this initiative to address high school graduation rates, and they, in partnership with the America's Promise Alliance and the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, issued this call to public media stations from throughout the country to get involved in their local communities to help improve on-time graduation rates. And so, especially because of our unique relationship with our local school systems, we thought this looked like a perfect opportunity for us. And so we put our name in the hat, and we were selected as one of 20 hub markets from throughout the country to participate.
Where are some of the other cities that are participating?
They're in Las Vegas and Detroit, St. Louis, California, Florida, quite a few in Florida, the state of Alabama, just all over the place. And then in addition to the 20 hub markets, there are 30-some smaller projects at stations throughout the country. So I think all in all about 60 public media stations are participating.
And when you say participating, what does that mean? What are you doing? Or what are we doing? What are the various aspects of participating in this initiative?
Well, the initiative really called for a station-wide effort. So what is very, very exciting about this project is that just about every department at WHRO is involved in some way. Our education department is significantly involved, but we're also using our airwaves, our online site, and then community engagement, getting out in the community and working with partners. So it's really a multi-pronged effort.
Now, the Norfolk schools are the main partner for WHRO's initiative, correct?
Yes.
and they have their own achievable results initiative,
yes,
which blend right together with the American Graduate Initiative. And I know you serve on some of their committees now. What committees are you serving on?
I'm working with their Parent and Community Engagement Committee, and we actually are getting ready to hold some community conversations, because they're looking at how to involve parents more effectively in their children's school lives, and one of the things that we talked about is we need to really understand what the parents need to be more involved, and then how what would make them feel comfortable to be more engaged.
I think that's excellent. I know with the education projects this summer, of course, we held a tech trek for teachers that are in our target schools, which Booker T. Washington High School is one, Norview Middle School, and Lafayette Winona Middle School. Those are our target schools we're working in, and we're really trying to help the teachers learn how to use digital resources to help engage the students.
Right.
So we have done that, and we're also going to be doing professional development ongoing in those schools with various spotlight projects that have been made available to us through the initiative. But there's lots of other things going on. I know that we have the student reporting labs. Can you talk a little bit about that and what's going on there?
Well, the student reporting labs, that's a curriculum that was developed in collaboration with Temple University that's being used by the PBS NewsHour, and they developed this student reporting labs initiative to help engage youth in reporting the news and help to train them as our next generation of journalists and news reporters. And the student reporting labs have been in existence for a few years, and they've covered such topics as immigration and the economy and the Supreme Court. But this year, tying in with the American Graduate Initiative, they have student reporting labs. I think there are about a dozen who are focused on the dropout
And we have
issue.
one right
and we
here.
have one right here in Hampton Roads at Granby High School. And the idea is that you have a teacher who is implementing the curriculum, but then you also partner with your local public media affiliate and have a producer to mentor the students. And so our producer, Lisa Godley, has been going over and meeting with the students. And the feedback we're getting is just fabulous. And they absolutely adore her. And the teacher has said, they're learning a whole new vocabulary and a whole new skill set. And actually, they submitted their first script to the NewsHour recently, and it was very well received.
Oh, good,
and the NewsHour has requested some footage from the young, interviewing the young person that is described in their script. And so hopefully, fingers crossed, we may get some national coverage.
Oh, that would be great. And now, will there be some local showing on WHRO of some of the pieces that the students create?
Oh, yes, absolutely. And that's one of the wonderful things about the project. Everything that you're doing in the education department, I know that you are going to be working with our partner schools to produce some student digital stories, and they will hopefully show up on maybe in School Talk. And yes, and on our airwaves and our various local programs, online, we will have, everything that's produced will be available online. And so, yes, very, very exciting.
Now, you mentioned Lisa Godley, who is one of our producers here at WHRO. She is working with the student reporting labs, but she's also working on a local documentary.
She is, and that is scheduled to air on March 26th. And WHRO is actually producing two half-hour documentaries, and this first one is really just to frame the broad issue of why should we care. Studies have shown that this dropout issue is not just our schools to solve, that so many of the reasons that students drop out of school are unrelated to their classroom experience. And so really this first documentary will just frame the issue and show the community why they should care, and then also the impacts on our community from students who don't complete high school.
And the impact it has on businesses in our community.
Exactly.
Because of skill levels and that sort of thing. Well, that's good. Well, then I know there's also the StoryCorps initiative, which is very exciting. And can you talk a little bit about that?
Well, and StoryCorps, as you know, hopefully everyone knows, is an initiative that gathers stories from throughout the country of average citizens. They go around the country and interview, they have interview pairs of people who mean something to each other, and you know, their stories vary widely, but they have launched the National Teachers Initiative to really focus on the voices of teachers. And so they are coming here February 4th through 6th, and will be having opportunities for teachers to come in with someone who matters to them. It could be a student, a former student, a colleague, a friend, but someone whom they feel comfortable with, and they can talk about their experiences of teaching and you know, what that means to them. And so we hope that you know, there will be teachers throughout Hampton Roads who are able to participate.
Now you say it's 3 days. Is that Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
It is.
And where are the locations going to be?
Well, there will definitely be a day in Hampton, a day at WHRO, and then another day in Virginia Beach. And
so we are spreading it out a bit,
so that we have, you know, have easy access. The teachers have easy access.
Okay, well that sounds good. Now there's another huge piece of this project for teachers and teachers throughout the region, not just teachers in the Norfolk school system where we're doing targeted professional development. But we talked about it last month on School Talk, just a brief description of it, but you want to share what's going on March 28th?
Yes, indeed. That would be our Teacher Town Hall, which will be right here in our WHRO studio, and we will be bringing at least 100 teachers to WHRO to share their perspectives. And this is really dedicated to teachers and teachers' voices. And we want to hear what teachers are doing that is really, really working well in their classrooms, and where they may need some extra supports, and just to really focus on, and then to share with the community the teachers' perspectives and encourage more community engagement to support the teachers.
So really giving the teachers a voice. So again, not only if you're a teacher that's interested, if you're a community just a person within the community that's interested in helping, they too can contact you, and we can try to get them hooked up with a need.
Yes.
To help fill a need. Okay, well that's great. So it's Kelly.jackson at WHRO.org.
Correct.
And your phone number?
889-9415. And that's Kelly with a Y. Just a Y. KELLY.Jackson.
Very good. Well, Kelly, thanks so much for coming by. It's an exciting initiative, and we'll look forward to hearing from you again in a few months to see how things are going.
Thank you, Angie.
Thank you.
Calling all writers and illustrators, it's the PBS Kids Go Writers Contest. Our panel of judges is looking for exceptional stories from kids in kindergarten through 3rd grade.
Exceptional. It means different than the ordinary.
Winners from your area will have the chance to win a national contest and their stories published online.
You're kidding, right?
No!
This is your lucky day.
Yeah. It's the PBS Kids Go Writers Contest. Go to pbskids.org/read to see the rules and enter today.
It is that time of year again for the 2012 WHRO Young Storytellers Competition, also known as the PBS Kids Go Writers Contest. To spark a little interest, here's our first place 2nd grade winner, Dax DeMuzio, from last year's competition, reading his story, One Brave Arachnid.
One Brave Arachnid, written and illustrated by Dax DeMuzio. It's 4th of July at the Patriotic Country Club. It's a party in the USA, and Rocco the Soldier Spider is happy to be home. The only problem is that he's wobbling because he lost one leg in war. A group of arachnids were meeting at the picnic basket under a tree. Rocco went to join them. The arachnids made Rocco sad because they told him he wasn't an arachnid anymore because he only had 7 legs. Rocco moaned and walked away. He wanted to be an arachnid again. He had a plan. He turned around. Oh, a new leg! It was beautiful and orange. He was happy even though it crunched when he walked. It was a Cheeto. Then a bird swooped down and ate the leg. He watched the golfers playing golf. Suddenly, Rocco fell. He thought an arrow hit him. He opened his eyes a couple of seconds later. Oh, a new leg. It fit, but when he tried to walk, it kept getting stuck in the ground. It was a golf tee. Then he heard a baby crying as the mother strolled him away. Rocco felt like crying too, but he wanted to be brave. Then, oh, he saw a shiny, muscly leg. He attached the leg and danced away. Finally, he had to ditch the new leg because the sound was driving him crazy. It was a rattle. Rocco felt the fear and decided to wobble back to his web. He walked up to his web and felt better because a fly dinner was waiting for him. The dinner was Dr. Fly, a famous inventor. Dr. Fly begged for his life. Rocco and Dr. Fly made a deal. Dr. Fly would give Rocco a leg in return for freedom. Rocco followed Dr. Fly to his lab and received a Leginator, an amazing machine leg. Rocco became famous, had lots of friends, and opened a spider agency. Dr. Fly invented cool spy fly gadgets for him. Rocco only wore the Leginator when he needed it for work, because although he only had 7 legs, he knew he was one cool arachnid.
Dex went on to win first place in our statewide Writers Contest competition last year. You can be in the winner's circle this year. Just write a great story with great illustrations. The competition is open to all students in grades K through 5. Go to WHRO.org/writerscontest for entry rules and guidelines. And be sure to get your story to WHRO by Friday, March 30th at 5 p.m. Now it's time to recognize our schools of the month. Parkway Elementary School in Virginia Beach was recognized by the National Network of Partnership Schools for their Technology for Parents program. Parkway offers a series of free classes to help computer-challenged parents learn the technology their children use. The classes take place in the mornings and evenings and cover basics like word processing, email, and using the school's parent portal. In addition, the school offers babysitting services to encourage parents to attend. For helping parents support their students' success, we applaud Parkway, our elementary school of the month. Students at Booker T. Washington Middle School in Newport News are really making waves. With a special emphasis placed on marine science, the school has a full aquatics lab with touch tanks and aquariums depicting freshwater and saltwater environments. All students from Newport News Public Middle Schools had the opportunity to participate in a kayak camp. At Booker T. Washington, they got to learn to kayak while studying Virginia's local coastal habitats. For making hands-on experience a part of everyday learning, we salute Booker T. Washington, our middle school of the month. The band director at Great Bridge High School in Chesapeake was awarded the title Virginia Music Educators Association Music Educator of the Year. Mr. Rob Carroll oversees all facets of the band program, from the jazz ensemble to the marching Wildcats. Carroll's accomplishments are evidenced by student achievement, sustained growth, and program honors, such as being named by the Virginia Band and Orchestra Directors Association as a 10-year honor band. For recognizing that performing arts go hand in hand with student achievement, we congratulate Great Bridge, our high school of the month. Star of the Sea Catholic School in Virginia Beach was selected as a 2011 Blue Ribbon School of Excellence. The Blue Ribbon program honors public and private schools that are either high-performing or have improved student achievement to high levels. Star of the Sea was one of only 2 Hampton Roads schools selected in the high-performing category by scoring in the top percentage in mathematics and reading across all grades in a nationally normed test. For continuously seeking new ways to engage students, we honor Star of the Sea, our independent School of the Month. February always brings the Virginian-Pilot Spelling Bee to WHRO's studio. As we plan for our 5th year, here's a look back at the championship words.
Incriminate. I-N-C-R-I-M-I-N-A-T-E. Incriminate.
Correct.
And congratulations, you are our 2009 champion for the Virginian-Pilot WHRO Spelling Bee.
Osprey. O-S-P-R-E-Y. Osprey. Correct. Oh dear.
And we have a champion for the 2010 Virginia-Pilot WHRO TV Spelling Bee. Walter, congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Mantel. M-A-N-T-E-A-U. Mantel.
Correct. That's it. Let's give him a hand. Congratulations.
What a lot of fun that was, getting a chance to see those championship words from the past spelling bees. And with me in the studio right now is Debbie Belushi. Debbie is with the Virginian-Pilot. She's Educational Services Manager there. And she also is the guru of the bee.
Oh, I don't know about that, but okay, I'll take it.
Well, you have been with us working on the bee for the past 3 years, right?
I have, yes.
Yeah, 3 years. And it's an exciting, fun event. I know you and I were chatting just a moment ago. Who thought spelling bees could be so exciting?
I had
but
no
they
idea.
are.
Right, they are very exciting, and it's cool to be a good speller.
Oh, yeah.
That's what people need to learn, is that it is cool to be a good speller. We get really excited about this around the office and our homes with friends and family, and everybody tunes in, and it's really more exciting than you would think.
Right, it's like almost like a sporting event.
I think so, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, why does the Pilot, why have they gotten involved in sponsoring the spelling bee?
Well, of course the Pilot wants to promote literacy as much as possible. We want every child to learn to spell well, to carry what they learn by doing a spelling bee into their lives as they grow older and go into adulthood. It makes them feel confident at this level. They can learn a whole lot. There's plenty of study materials and things that will really, really give them a leg up during the bee, and those things will carry on as they learn, you know, the basics of a word and Latin backgrounds and all the different ways to pronounce a word and things like that. So it's really a great start to a better future.
Well, what about the words that the students get, that they get the day of the bee? Where do they come from? Are they available to the kids ahead of time?
Oh, heck
How does
no.
that all work?
The National Spelling Bee, Scripps National Spelling Bee, provides the words under lock and key to the Virginian-Pilot and some of our judges, and we have to guard those words very carefully, and we take it very seriously. And so the kids don't have an idea of what the words are going to be used in the spelling bee, but they do get some of them to study ahead of time and are told that these will be some of the words that will be used, but not all of them. We don't give them every single word.
Well, before they get to the spelling bee that's carried live on WHRO, they've had to win their own school bee. Right. So how does that work? That's pretty intense competition from their school before they get here, right?
Right. Each school who has decided to participate in the bee has their own school bee, and they proclaim one champion from their school bee who has the honor to come to our regional bee. And then once we have a champion from our regional bee, then we get to send somebody, as you know, to nationals in Washington, D.C., which is a fully experience for the family. It's a full family experience. And so I think every champion we've sent there just said it was a wonderful week of time spent up in the nationals.
Well, you mentioned that the students, they get some of the words that are going to be in the bee, but not all of the words.
Correct.
So you can study those words that are in the information online.
Right.
But what about those words that aren't there? What kind of advice do you have for kids getting into this sort of thing and not knowing what the words are going to be?
Well, I think the skills that they learn just by studying the words they're given on how to determine if the word is French, it should be spelled this way. If it's Latin, it may be spelled that way, even though they sound very similar. And they use those root foundational skills to build into the words they may not be familiar with if they know and they ask all the questions that they're allowed to ask, which is a tip there. Ask if there's other pronunciations, ask the questions that they're allowed to, and then based on their foundational skills, they should be able to come up with the correct spelling of the word.
So kids aren't necessarily stalling, or maybe they are stalling, but they have a certain number of questions they can ask. What all can they ask?
They can ask if there's alternate pronunciations. They can ask for the definition of the word. They can ask for the origin of the word. We do tell them if it's usually a homonym or if it's a word that might be confused with another word, so they're absolutely clear. They can ask to have the word repeated several times. So there's definitely tools and things that they can use in a strategy that they can apply to make them be a better speller when their moment in the limelight comes.
Right, and also I think it can be used in a sentence.
In a sentence, thank you. Yes,
which is that's a very helpful one, I would think.
Yeah, use it in a sentence, absolutely.
I know personally I would spell out the first word I got, I'm almost sure, every time, but I so admire these young people and the dedication they've put into becoming good spellers.
Right, and their families are very supportive. I've heard, brothers and sisters got on board, and then it teaches even them probably a skill that they weren't expecting to learn as well. I mean, we all could learn to be better spellers. Who can't,
In the day and age of spell check everywhere, we've gotten a little sloppy with that skill, I think.
I'm guilty.
I am. I know I am, too. Well, the bee is coming up. It's going to be February 11th. So we're very excited. How many schools do you think will end up in the participating group this year?
42, 43 schools, and that's very great. That's great.
That's
I
excellent.
love that. We could always use more, so I hope the schools do look into it for the following year and come join us, because it's a great experience.
Well, and it's not just public schools.
Correct.
Public schools, private schools, home schools. So it's southeastern Virginia and down into North Carolina.
A little bit of North Carolina, correct. Correct. It's all can be found on spellingbee.com. All the eligibility rules are there for anybody who wants to get on board with us.
And check it out. Yep. Well, we look forward to seeing you here on February 11th, and we look forward also to seeing you here. Right here, WHRO, the 2012 Virginian-Pilot Spelling Bee will be held here live in this studio, and it is exciting. Stay tuned. Thanks for coming by.
Oh, thank you, Angie.
This program and all the links we talk about are available online at schooltalk.org. Well, that's all for now. See you next time on School Talk.